Hello, YouTube chatters. Finally, after many long years, it's a novel stream. Who would have thought? You should make a note of which chapter to not discuss past. It won't stop them anyway, it doesn't really matter. They're just gonna talk about it anyway. I've only read chapter 28. So it's fair game, bet. No, no, no. No, no, no. I can't believe Top 8 killed Schultz, dude. Can you imagine the type of shit Jordan would be posting if that episode aired? He'd be posting some evil shit if they killed Schultz, dude. Holy fuck. I don't, I understand why, but I also don't like, I also don't like that YouTube chat auto-translates, man. Earlier, Frosty typed top 8 equals bum, and it translated to top 8 equals boom. Like it's a terror attack threat. And now this guy says yo, and it translates to oh yeah. Like, what the fuck? It's funny how Jordan already predicted Subaru's named episode. Yeah, he did, didn't he? There's a lot of things that Jordan has said about the season that kind of had to bite our tongues on, huh? I'm not really surprised that he can see a Valaki arc coming. That's not really that subtle. But it is crazy, isn't it, that we're gonna see Valakia in the anime soon. That's crazy, man. Jordan back in Core 1 was predicting way too much. Dude basically named like 3 ep plots back to back. We're gonna have to come face to face with the fact that maybe ReZero's is not that... It's not that innovative, bro. Has Season 5 been confirmed? No, but you're gonna see Valakia in the final episode. I'm so excited to see the character designs for Valakia in the future. Oh my god, all the Aldebaran scenes, dude. I'm gonna be bouncing on it. I'm gonna be doing backflips and shit. Oh, I can't wait. Jordan the Custodian's semblance of sanity and nearly on red already made some crazy accurate predictions for this arc and some future arcs. These anime onlys are pretty intelligent. Yeah, I guess like the people who are making content on ReZero more likely to understand what's going on, I guess, right? Because from what I understand, those creators in particular are all like invested in actually pay attention to what's going on, right? I do remember a couple people said that Rhett from the Custodians, I think his name is. I don't watch any of these people, so I don't know. And nearly on red that I should get them for the trivia game. Friend has been waiting to watch the current season, and I told him it's the most hyped arc for a reason, and he said, but how can that be true if Al isn't in it? Type shit, dude. Oh, man. I think Balray Book of the Dead was a foreshadowing that we will go to Valakia. Do you know where you are currently? Heike, I hope they add a narrator when they adapt Arc 9. The narrations are excellent and add a lot to Aldebaran's character. They're just not gonna, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I hate to be the one to tell you. It's just not gonna happen. If there's no narrator 4 seasons in, there's not gonna be one 6 seasons in. What happens in 28? 28 is when Heinkel spends the whole chapter getting his... How do I want to describe it? Because the first thing that popped into my mind was saying gets his guts rearranged, because I thought that would be funny. Because, you know, it's technically true, but also... I've accepted no narrator when Arc 6 isn't doing it, and they've done alright without it, but man, people are missing out. It's true. It's true. I love Prophecy of the Throne, I love Prophecy of the Throne, I love Prophecy of the Throne, I love Prophecy of the Throne. Guards, no spamming in chat, please. The thing that I wanted to go live, this is the reason, if you've watched me for long enough, you'll know that I've made a bunch of stream promises and I never keep them. Because the day comes and I'm like, I don't feel like it. But if there's one reason why I wanted to stream this time, it's because I at least wanted to get this idea out there that I have, okay? I haven't fully finished your new theory, but has the new information for the new chapters changed any of it? I don't know, because I haven't read them. I asked someone I trust, and they said no, so we're just gonna go with that. We're just gonna hashtag hold that. I just wanted to like get this idea out there so I can say that I did talk about it, okay? And it's about Heinkel and Falore, okay? Sorry, I'm lost. I'm fucking lost. Here we go. Asa has not read Interlude 229 to 33, but he was spoiled about the big reveal. Yeah, that's true. I was. I got spoiled on the Echidna thing. Because I opened Twitter and I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, you shouldn't open Twitter when ReZero chapter's coming out." It's basically my fucking job, dude. It's to post online. I'm an online poster professional. I'm a posting connoisseur, okay? But second of all, I have like every single ReZero term you can think of muted. And the reason why this one got through the filter? Oldest trick in the book. Just don't put text in. If you simply put in images of your spoilers, you can't mute it. So, that's how you get got on that. It was just like a picture of... Well, if you don't already know what I'm talking about, like if you haven't read it, you should probably leave right now because I'm about to say it. But There was a picture of Hector and Pandora, and it was like, wow, I can't believe these are Echidna's parents. And I was like, okay. Sweet, man, thanks. I appreciate that. Was it the tweet from Dan? No. No. There's no fucking way Jordan just joined chat. There's no fucking way that Jordan just joined chat. As I said it. It was like literally as the words were leaving my mouth, I see Jordan type in chat. Let's just hope and let's believe and hope and pray and put our hands together that he didn't hear anything and that he's already gone. I'm gonna message Jordan. You didn't hear that, right? Question mark. If Subaru ever returns to his Arc 5 drip in Arc 10 that the thumbnail becomes a spoiler, that's where you're wrong, because Arc 5 fit is the tracksuit, and he's in the tracksuit. He said, I had stream muted Lamau, I just joined, said hi and bye, and instantly clicked out. Thank God. Let's just leave it at that. Let's just leave it at that. Hello, is this where the Arc 10 slop is served? Yeah. Get in line, pal. We're serving slop today. The fuck is a discussion slop? It's a stream. Dude could not have versed it all in a worse 3 seconds of stream. It's like literally as I said it, he fucking he spoke. But yeah, I did get spoiled on that. I don't really think it changes anything from my Fluko video though that I posted. Huh, if you're not a YouTube member, I guess you don't know what I'm talking about. But I posted a an almost 30-minute Fluko video yesterday that'll be live on the 23rd. So tomorrow. What the fuck? Time is crazy, man. I have received the implication that there is Flugel slop in Arc 10. I don't know any of it. But I again I did ask, like, does this fuck over my entire video? And I was told, no, it's probably fine. I was like, okay, cool. That was good. Any outfit changes you want for the anime next season? The entire, like, all of the Shudrock, please? Is this WCT spoilers or current release spoilers? I've read chapter 28. Which I think is like one chapter past WCT. It's 2, wow. I found Arc 10 a little fast-paced with how many characters are being involved. I feel a little disconnected after Phase 1. I've been enjoying it. I've been having a good time. Watch Tape drop a chapter during stream. Guys, live reading the new chapter? With no context? Still so mad that that one guy quoted Jordan with Arc 8's ending. Oh my god, man. we really avoided catastrophe with that one because I don't think he really understood what was happening. But like that was so dumb. And do you remember like his excuse was like, "Oh, but I tagged it. I tagged my post. Why are you mad?" And it was like tagged with Roman numerals. Okay, dude. Is this WCT spoilers or currently spoilers? It's like in between, man. I don't know how to explain it. It's just all fucked up. All I can say is, I kinda knew that WCT was probably not gonna be making much progress ever again when Garkar left, so I knew that if I ever wanted to read the story, I was gonna have to figure something out. So is Arc 10 on its way to redeem Arc 9? I hesitate to say on its way, but like I see the path, you know, like I see a vision. I Arc 10 has put in the Google Maps destination. Um and like I understand the direction that it could take, but it hasn't left the parking lot yet, you know what I mean? New method is not even making a cliffhanger and just putting a third of the volume in LN only. Well, Frosty, it's either this or it's either this or fucking full LN only, buddy. So you better get used to it. But specifically what I wanted to talk about with Heinkel and Filore, this is something that I've really come to feel with the last two chapters that I read, 27 and 28. You guys know me, right? My method of operation is how can I make this about Aldebaran, and guys, can you believe it? I think I found a way. I think I found the way. And even better, it's not just how can I make this about Aldebaran, I found a way to make it about Aldebaran and Subaru too. And I think that's the truly beautiful part. Al equals Hector. Not quite. Not quite. But I respect the attempt there. What I was thinking, when I was reading 27 and 28, it made me think about Heinkel kind of being a foil for the role of Aldebaran, and Filore being a foil for the role of Subaru, right? And you might not understand what I mean by that. What I mean by that is there is this unsolvable tension for Natsuki Subaru in that he will act and save whoever he possibly can based on, just like Todd said, his own fickle whims, right? And the Valakia saga never proved Todd wrong intentionally because it wasn't interested in proving Todd wrong because that's how Subaru is. He is headstrong, he is stubborn, he will do whatever he wants at any point because that's what his heart wants to do. And if he did anything else, he wouldn't be living true to himself. You know who that sounds a lot like? That sounds a lot like Filore, doesn't it? And in the chapters with Heinkel and Filore, what is Filore doing? She's acting headstrong, stubborn, wanting to save Felt and Amelia, regardless of the consequences, because that's what her heart wants. And also she stands in front of Marcos, even though Marcos is Jesus Christ incarnate. That was my reading of Filore in this phase. So, inversely, Heinkel is Aldebaran, right? Someone who is kind of like, in a way, given up kind of on his identity, who has a lot of push and pull on the kind of person he wants to be on the inside. And Heinkel had a fear of making decision, right? Like, his legs were stuck, like he couldn't move, he couldn't do the things that he wanted or that he felt that he needed to do. Um, which is kind of exactly how Aldebaran felt when his authority was quote unquote sealed, right? And not only that, I mean, Heinkel versus Marcos is kind of just like Al versus Reinhardt, right? And there was even, I felt like there was kind of an explicit nod to this idea by Tape in the narration when it said that Heinkel could never win even if he had 10 tries or 100 tries, 1,000 tries, 10,000 tries, right? But the whole time, Heinkel is like not necessarily invested in saving these people, but he's invested in working with Filore. He's not interested exactly in Filore's headstrong, stubborn heroism, perhaps for lack of a better term. And Filore will kind of reach around in the darkness to try and actualize her desires. And what does Aldebaran do? Think about Arc 5, think about the speech. Aldebaran kind of trying to talk Subaru down from making the speech, kind of trying to talk him down from shouldering heroic reveries. Filore always running around, always doing something, always trying to help people. What's Subaru doing? Oh, always running around, always trying to help people. You could also argue that, you know, Heinkel's invincibility is kind of similar to Aldebaran's use of his authority in that he can't really lose. He can lose, and he will lose, but he can't really lose, you know what I mean? Although it did kind of seem like that Heinkel might have actually fucking died against Marcos if that went on for any longer, so maybe that one's not true, but they keep calling him invincible is all I can tell you. And I also noticed, right, something that's interesting is Emilia is in this prison under a magic seal that doesn't let her use magic. And if you apply the reading of Heinkel being Aldebaran and Filore being Subaru, then Emilia's kind of like Satella in that instance, isn't she? Filore has to convince Heinkel to save Emilia. A little bit of curious critter stuff, no? Emilia is a vessel. I'm not saying all that. I just mean that I think it's an allegory to the Subaru and Aldebaran relationship with Satella is all. Where does this put melancholy into play? I don't know. It doesn't. But that has been my thinking reading this phase and reading the past couple of chapters. Really just sitting back and thinking, huh. This feels like an allegory for Subaru and Aldebaran's relationship and the ways that they might have approached the Satella thing. To some extent, anyway. And it really felt like it became a little bit on the nose with Emilia being there. Felt's presence, I don't know. I don't really know what to do with that. She's just there. She's hanging out. But that's what I've been thinking about. I still have. What's the Google Map destination? Are we talking about Arc 9? I don't fucking know. Like, Arc 9 and Arc 10 are currently doing like big parallelism slop, right? And I love my parallelism slop because so many of the events of every arc, or not every arc, sorry, every phase are analogous to the arc before it. So it's kind of like a clear line is drawn between Arc 9 and Arc 10. Fuck, is this the new chapter video? No. How would you have Al be relevant in this arc? I was thinking Subaru lose the necklace and Al becomes another problem, or it parallels Arc 9 and him being unsealed right at the end. Al and Heikel have also both failed to accomplish their biggest goal so far. True, very, very true. I don't know if Al will be relevant in Arc 10. If he does become relevant in Arc 10, I would say he probably gets unsealed at the end, yeah. But it's also very possible that he doesn't, so. There's been so many Arc 9 and 10 parallels that I can't keep track. Like, I have lost track. I also don't really try to keep track anymore. There's like so many subtle nods. Or so many connections drawn between the events of Arc 9 and Arc 10. And for those that don't know why I think that this could put Arc 9 on the road to being not dog shit, is because the biggest problem with Arc 9 is that you're undoing 5 volumes, right? That sucks in and of itself. The second biggest problem is that nobody remembers it. That's fucking horrific. That's horrible and terrible, okay? So it's an arc that just didn't happen. You know, a really good way to undo that is to just make Arc 9 unfold again, but with different circumstances. So I'm interested. I'm not saying Arc 9 is saved for me yet, but I see the destination on Google Maps, you know? This was effectively like one of the only ways I could see this working out. This whole Arc 9 stuff. And it really depends on the execution. It sucks so bad because Rem got our memories back and Top Pages nukes the entire arc. Well, that's the good part, actually. That's really twisted my arm to make me name the good part of Arc 9. The fact that that got nuked is the good part, actually. If Al gets unsealed at the end of this arc, I'll be so happy. Alas, he'll probably has to stay banished till Arc 12. Yeah. I mean, given the fact that Tapia is apparently dropping that Echidna reveal in Arc 10, maybe we're not doing the Arc 12 slop, hopefully. That'd be cool. But we'll see. I feel like Al and Capella have to have another confrontation before the end of the series. They were paired in 5 for a reason. I agree. And man, I didn't even... it took me so long to realize the point of the Al vs. Capella fight. But when I did, I was like, fuck. That's pretty good. That was a good one. Legit had tears in my eyes when Petra ran and hugged Rem. Me too, but for how ass it was. This really is the land of Arc 9 hate? Yeah. It is. I have this guy who every time I post one of like the... Every time I post a... Oh, give me your ReZero takes thing. There's always this one guy who's like, everyone who hates Arc 9 is dumb because it's metatextual. It's like, okay. The big word you're using. What? Now what? Now what do we do? I wonder if the Rem fans are gonna switch up on the next season. Um, I think it'll probably be somewhat similar to novel reader reception, except anime onlys are a lot more casual, so it'll be way less vitriolic, I guess. So like I'm sure there'll be some people who are annoyed that this is how Rem turned out, but I think it'll be way calmer than novel readers. And there'll be one Twitter post that goes like triple platinum, but gets like 20,000 likes, and it's somebody saying like, going like, this is actually pretty cool because it shows that something something male entitlement something something, and we will be liking and retweeting. Arc 9 Chapter 12 Phase 2 and the start of Phase 5 I still love regardless of slop ending. Every time I think about Petra named I get mad. Like it just makes me upset. I also get upset when I think about Aldebaran 1 and Aldebaran 2 because I was like, oh my god, he's busting out the Roman numerals, guys. He's gonna how many name chapters is Aldebaran gonna get? It was just 2. It was just fucking 2, man. Rem didn't have that big of a screen time in Arc 7? I think she had a lot of screen time in Phase 1 and 2. No? And some in 3? I remember you cooking with the thematic connection between Al and Capella and why they were paired for a fight. Yeah, it was basically just about them both having like two cases of potentially missing like a lack of identity or missing identities. And then Capella transfigures herself to fit the mold, and Aldebaran wears steel because he's like a blank canvas that can be whatever he wants. Al fighting Rom's army in the jungle had me reading and rereading every word of those chapters too. Dude, I remember when Al vs. Reinhardt ended, I was like, I don't really know where we go from here. Like, how do you make a compelling, like, gauntlet arc after we just fought Reinhardt? And I didn't see it. And then Valga Cromwell came up and he Cromwelled all over everyone, and I was like, okay, that was fucking awesome. Aldebaran was an arrogant dragon. Capella was a hateful dragon. Capella's an identity merchant. Aldebaran is an identity merchant. They were made for each other to hate. True. Al getting rage baited by the Felt Camp because he won't kill them was hilarious. I love that shit, dude. Oh, Arc 9. You really fucking ruined my life, didn't you? You really took everything from me. Oh, Valve. Would you say Arc 6 has been overglazed in recent years? I don't know. I mean, Arc 6 has always been, like, called the peak of fiction. And then you ask them what they've read, and they've read, like, one book in their life and watched, like, 15 anime, maybe. Will Subaru get another power increase or not? I don't know, man. If Subaru stayed this way for the rest of the story, I would be perfectly content with this. Where like people have been too loud. This is true, yes. This is true. But you said it was peak fiction? I mean, it is. Yeah, it is. Did I miss something, or why did Al not want to kill anyone? What was the difference between him actually trying to kill Satella and kill any of those guys in Felt's camp? Al didn't want to kill people because, I don't know, he just doesn't want to kill people. Him not killing people was meant to show that his heart wasn't really in all of this, right? It was meant to show that even though he was being a terrorist because of a goal that he wanted to execute, his heart wasn't in it. Because if he was killing people, he would have done it. But all of these people, he didn't think were bad people. He thought he was the bad guy. I mean, he was the bad guy, right? He knew that he was the bad guy, and he knew that the people trying to stop him weren't, and he didn't want to hurt them or he didn't want to kill them. He was okay with, roughing them up a little bit to get him to stop. Do you think that his heart wasn't in taking down Satella then? That's harder to answer because we don't really know a lot of the specifics. If you want to be like really technical, like very pedantic, we don't actually explicitly 100% know that his goal was to kill Satella either. Every single thing points to it, but we don't know, you know? He did kill people, he just undid it. Yeah, he started doing that later when he was convinced. Have you read any more Bleach recently? No, I've finished Vinland Saga and I haven't had the spirit to read anything else. I needed to take a few days off. Kind of cool when he was using Volcanica to find out where Otto was hiding just by killing everyone until the bug stopped. That was so fucking nuts, man. Oh, Jesus. You reckon Al was fine with lobotomizing them because he could somehow cure it? Um, I think the lobotomization stuff is overstated in the community. Um, I don't think it's as bad as people think. But also, if it is as bad as people think, I think Al would have justified it because I think he's a very ends justify the means type of guy. But he does draw the line at killing people. So like he probably would have justified making them all brain dead and then because he was right at the finish line, right? So he would have found a way to justify it. The Sasagera if supplement kind of said otherwise. It also said that Ram didn't like Ram suffer at the worst or something, which is incomprehensible to me. That makes no sense to me at all. Like if there's anyone that's gonna take it the best, I felt like it was gonna be her. I was recently thinking about your Flugel moon theory and how would you factor in Satella being strongly associated with the moon, with her name, especially in the gender bend if. To me, I always interpreted her being the moon as just being like a satellite to Subaru. Beyond that, I don't know. Kind of sad Al and her couldn't settle down together. You talking about Yay? That's for the best, brother. That is a devious relationship. Settle down together, brother. He destroyed her brain. He could have fixed her. He's the one who broke her. What are you talking about? I can fix her. I'm the one who did the damage, by the way. Like, what? That was him. What if the key to unsealing Satella is on the moon? I'm not gonna count it out, man. I'm really not gonna count it out. Alright, Frosty, you fucking sick motherfucker. Someone's gotta kill you. Wouldn't have Reinhardt already saw that seal on the moon then? I mean, the moon's pretty big. A lot of stuff going on up there. I fear the possible Aldebaran thirst post when Arc 9 gets adapted. Why do you fear it? Embrace it. Did you read Scorpion Tail? No, but I know someone who did. Which is how I know stuff about it. Do you have any updated thoughts on Natsuki Raigel? My updated thoughts on Natsuki Raigel are that, Natsuki Raigel was introduced in this very arc in which adoption and name changing was introduced for a reason. Because I do believe that in a Loop Zero or in whatever circumstances happened before actual ReZero, Aldebaran was adopted by Subaru. Is it okay to mention the Scorpion Tail content here? I don't have a problem with it. Yeah, it's fine. We know he's not Natsuki Raigel from Remif, right? Because, first of all, he's not blue. Second of all, he's not an Oni. So, third of all, he doesn't really know who Rem is. Because when she returned, his memories weren't all that impacted. Could there be a deeper relationship or some kind of parallel than is shown between Petaljuice and Aldebaran? Probably. I haven't thought about it, though. One could probably make a stronger argument that Aldebaran would be Emilia's son. However, first of all, he's not an elf. Second of all, he's not an elf. He's a 40-year-old man. And if you were 40 as an elf, I don't think you'd be as fucking old as Aldebaran. Isn't one of the biggest anti-Al in a Subaru clone is that he doesn't get Natsumi Schwartz at all and has a very different relationship with gender? That's true. That is true. Um, Something to think about. It's interesting that Scorpion Tail introduced Leilani and the concept of a Sin Archbishop having a child in the arc, where Falore, a character with completely mysterious origins, appears from nowhere. I think you've mentioned to me this before. I don't know. I just really don't know. I don't know where the fuck Falore comes from. The only thing I am feeling certain of is I don't think Falore, if she is on the bad guys team, I don't think it's on purpose. I think she's just dumb, which good for her. But I do think Falore is a good person. Tape confirmed that a certain character from the Sloth If will join the main story soon, and that he's using the Kararagi Shinigami side story to set up a return. Oh, Zarestia? I have not a single thought about Zarestia, I'm sorry. With Aldebaran, I'm personally more interested in knowing the nature of his authority. I don't like the artificial authorities, but with everything so far, it seems the most likely theory. We know where his authority came from, though. He has an open door. Whatever that means. He has a profound connection to somebody with a witch factor. And it opened his door. I remember Garkar and I were cooking, man, when we were talking about, like, oh man, Aldebaran comes from a different world line, and that's why there's two envy factors. Aldebaran has one, Subaru has one. It's just an open door. Wah, wah. I don't really have, like, an in-depth explanation into why. I just don't really enjoy the door lore. I think it's kind of silly. But I don't have a particularly powerful argument as to why. I need to read the stuff with Echidna's friends and her? Echidna friends? That's crazy. Top 8 confirmed that an open door happens to people who are connected by blood, ode, personal relationships, and extreme personality. The second door lore was confirmed, everyone obviously was like, oh, it's because Al and Subaru are related. And in my mind, I was like, I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think it's ridiculous to assume that it has to be blood relation. It can probably be blood relation and other things. And lo and behold, Tape is like, yeah, it's not just blood relation. I'm like, okay. That's what I'm saying, man! Isn't it unconfirmed whether RBD is a witch factor? Technically, yes. Yes, it is. We know that Subaru has 3 witch factors. But if you, like, are very pedantic, technically you don't know if RBD is one, yeah. I think it's silly that the door lore came later when No Stella No Life 3 strongly implied that Aldebaran had a witch factor. Did it? I don't remember. I don't remember what happened in NSNL 3. I know you like the idea of Subaru saving Al, but am I strange for thinking of Subaru saving Al? It just confirms much of Al's insecurities. I always thought Amelia in that role would be more fitting. It depends on how he saves him, right? And the issue, again, this is issue number 3 with the Great Reset, is that Subaru has no way of saving Al. Because he doesn't know anything about him, because none of Arc 9 happened. You know what I mean? That's kind of one of the the big silly things about Arc 9. Al is an artificially created spirit that was shaped into Flugel's soul. Everything about Aldebaran implies a real physical body and not a spirit. No, Al is for sure Subaru's son, just from another timeline. Oh, oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. If you play the video game, there's multiple meetings with Rem and Al gets crazy, upset every time he sees her, almost violent. Okay, that's not true, first of all. He does get mad, yes. He does not get violent. It happens once. And second of all, Arc 9 pretty much explicitly confirms that via returning Rem's memories, the strategy was to return Rem's memories because Al would not be that affected because he doesn't really know her. Whereas everyone else would be. Bro, that ruins my whole theory. That's just life, man. That's why I said earlier that you have a stronger argument to make about Amelia being Al's mom if you want to go that route, even though I still don't think that she is. Why give him Sloth If's name? Because Tape loves trolling. He just loves trolling. You think Echidna is creating artificial spirits to form a family? I haven't deeped Echidna enough to know. But I'm sure that's an avenue that you could explore. I don't see why not. Do you think Satella is going to become an actual somewhat recurring character before Arc 12? I'm out here dying of thirst. I don't think so, but you never know, man. I hate AI translations, bro. Shaking my head. I wish Tape would just do a contract with Witch Cult and we can get good translations instead of waiting decades for the island to catch up. I agree with you, but also just so you know, it's not up to Tape. That's not his call, unfortunately. But I wish it was an official thing, yeah. Do you actually think we're gonna get a Loop 0 volume / arc? I wouldn't be surprised if we got a volume, yeah. I know people also like to go like Arc 12 will finish and then we'll get Arc 0, which is cool as fuck. But I doubt that. Is the Empress or Katakawa? It's Katakawa. Katakawa makes that kind of call. Because they have the rights to the light novel, at least. Who do you think summons Subaru? I don't have an answer, unfortunately. I know Satella is like the commonly assumed thing. It's just not something I really think about. I don't know. I really don't know. It is such like an insanely powerful ability. Someone did it though, probably. If people actually buy into Loop Zero, he was summoned with his groceries, which some can expire IRC. Well, Loop Zero implies that it's a starting point, right? So I believe the implication is that Loop 0 ended, Loop 1 started, so he would have just started right back there with his groceries. Think you can get the Japanese VA on for that episode? Definitely not. I don't got pulled like that. And also, they probably don't speak English. I still don't have any information about the dub, by the way, if anyone's curious. Still completely and utterly clueless about that. I don't like the argument people use that because the RBD sound was used, it immediately translates to it not being the first loop. People should not be using anime stuff like that for any arguments, really. I guess until proven otherwise, right? Um, I think there's different arguments for a Loop Zero. You think they might censor the child deaths next season? Probably not. Why does a novel stream have 94 viewers? What the hell? Things have changed, dude. What the fuck? Y'all remember when I would go live for a novel stream and I get like 20 of you motherfuckers? Half of them are LARPers? I mean, yeah, but that's just the community, you know? Like, what are you gonna do? This is a novel stream? I'm waiting for Jordan to show up. Person who is exceptionally lost. All the people who LARPed Arc 9 actually started reading Arc 10, I guess. To be fair, when I did the novel streams, it was Arc 8. Maybe that's why nobody came. Everyone was like, fuck this shit, dude. Arc 7 was actually good, though. Good thing I said 8, pal. Buddy. Novel streams for Arc 8 must have been hell. Dude. I caught up. Oh, brother. I caught up during Arc 8 Phase fucking 3. Oh my god. How agonizing do you think that was? I miss the horror elements of ReZero. I haven't felt that way outside Petra named in Heinkel versus Marcos. A part of me this is complete speculation, by the way, so don't take any of this as like fact. A part of me wonders if this was influenced by the anime adaptation, sincerely. If like Tape's predilection towards horror content went away because the anime like fucks it up. That's just a guess. I don't know anything. My god, Arc 8 Phase 3, that was literally the worst paced phase of the entire story, dude. I caught up, I was like, cool, dude. Phase 1 was fantastic, Phase 2 was alright. Let's see what we got cooking. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Arc 6 Horror was adapted quite well, though. There was like a good episode, yeah. And also, that was like last month. Or like 2 months ago, so... Arc 8 would not have been influenced by Season 4. What happened in Phase 3 of Arc 8? Great question. He only reads shonens and discussion-slop now, compared to what he was reading when first writing the story. Jujutsu Kaisen! God damn it! Arc 10 has certainly felt like a return to form in some aspects, at least. Not all. Don't get me wrong, not all. But in some aspects. It reminds me of old ReZero. People are going to be begging for the Arc 8 anime to cut content for Phase 3. It's going to be really interesting because the Valekia saga is going to be the first section where a lot of people, not unanimously, but at least a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, you can cut stuff. Like, it's fine. That's alright. Doesn't mean that they're going to cut the right stuff, though. Valekia saga and Arc 9 will have no cut content. Watch 100% faithful because this franchise is cursed. Oh no. If Subaru gets the Lust Authority in Arc 10, I wonder what it could do. It's really interesting that, Subaru hasn't gotten an authority or a witch factor in 11 real-life years, huh? It has been over a decade since Arc 5 ended. Isn't that crazy? How far did you get up to Arc 10 now? I've read chapter 28. I forgot, but I actually remember not liking the part in Arc 7 where everyone was running around from Satella's hands. I loved Phase 5. Did you watch the new Bleach episode today? I'm on chapter 80, or like 90. Why would I watch the episode? What's your favorite manga? I love Vinland Saga. I love Vinland Saga, I love Kagurabachi. Fire Punch was really good. What are the chances that Spica is his gluttony? That's what I've assumed, pretty much, yeah. What named chapter are you excited for the most? I'm excited for Natsuki Subaru, but in kanji. You need to make Vinland Saga content? I'm working on 2 videos right now. One talks about Vinland Saga, and one is about solely Vinland Saga, so. Subaru's lust authority will just be estrogen. Hell yeah, dude. I don't know when the Vinland Saga video will be done, but I finished reading it a few days ago, and it's a 10. I want to force you and Jordan to watch Jobless Reincarnation. I've already watched season 1 and some of season 2. Jordan watches it in his free time. So. I didn't keep up with Vinland after the big war arc. Do you say it's worth getting back into? I think it's like one of the best things I've ever read in my life, so yeah, I would say so. Jordan watches MT in his free time? Yeah, dude. He watches every episode, weekly. And then I'm like, why? And he's like, I'm just watching the seasonals. And I'm like, yeah, but like, why are you watching that one? You know you don't have to, right? And he doesn't even like it. So I don't know. I don't even know why he's there, man. To those asking, I've only read up to chapter 28. I haven't read some of the newest ones. So it's like you with MHA? No, not even close. Because he doesn't talk about it ever. He just watches it. He just watches it and then he closes the episode and he just moves on. Like, and he's never liked it at any point. What series are your favorite outside of what you upload on this channel? I mean, I like Kagurabachi. I don't really upload about it that much. I only have 3 Bachi videos, but I love Kagurabachi. I like Shukura. It's a good one. And I've only seldomly spoken about that on here. Make the Exorcist Fall in Love is pretty good. I'm kind of behind on it though. I do like Severance. That's true. What's the most problematic show / book you love? It's ReZero. Mob Psycho is fantastic, yes. Wish me luck, I'm about to take a 5-hour test that'll let me do my student teaching. 5-hour test? What the fuck? Faves don't have to be anime? I do like Severance. My favorite shows are like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Games are honestly what I play the most, though. I like the type of media I consume the most. I just can't really talk about them on this channel because it's unfortunately an anime manga channel. So, but I can't lie, there have been recent times where I've just been like, maybe I should just say fuck it and just start letting them rip anyway. Is Sopranos up there? Sopranos is very good. Very, very good. I was when I finished Sopranos, I really had to think. I do think I like Sopranos more than Breaking Bad, which was crazy because Breaking Bad was like such a formative series for me. But Sopranos is really good. The weapons video was cool, but nobody watched it. I liked my weapons video, but yeah, nobody nobody watched it. I do like BoJack Horseman as well. Good shout in chat. I'm a big fan of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That show's fantastic. I've watched that show like 3 times, maybe 4 times. Your weapons video didn't do that well, but I think talking about recent horror that's popular, like Backrooms or something, would perform well. I did think about making it an Obsession video, but I was like, people have already, like, Obsession is simple enough that people have, like, they're already gonna talk about it, and they're already gonna say what I had to say anyway. So I just didn't do it. Backrooms, I didn't watch for a while. Didn't like it that much. You watched the 2 new episodes of Sunny? No, I haven't watched it yet. I like to let It's Always Sunny stack. I watched the weapons video. I think you have the ability to make videos people will watch on other topics. I think the weapons video also just suffered just because like I was worse at making videos. My title game was worse. That thumbnail was commissioned, and I don't think it was that good. And I paid like $20 for it. And also, I was worse at doing intros and like opening hooks. You gonna go see the new Resident Evil movie this September? Yes. I am Prager for Kreger. And I'm also barking for Barker, so I will also see anything but ghosts when that comes out. I will stand by that your weapons video was one of my favorites you've made. Really? Damn. I didn't expect that. What did you dislike about Backrooms? I don't have any like pointed criticisms towards it, I don't think. It's just, I wasn't really interested in it ever. What is an underrated obscure anime manga you would recommend? I don't really think I know that many underrated or obscure ones. I would recommend Shukura though. It's a very long web novel. What about Lost? I have watched Lost. I didn't finish it. I watched it, oh my god, so long ago, man. But you read the web novel? I read there are some translations online, but also I downloaded an ebook. I'll have to find it. Send it to you. Do you enjoy games more for the story or the gameplay? It just depends. I'm a big, like, I like systems. Played like a lot of system-heavy games. I have probably, I don't know how many hours I have in World of Warcraft, but the number is probably absolutely fucking insane. Like, 30,000 plus, maybe? 20,000 plus? I don't know. I played Dead by Daylight, for better or for worse. I've been playing a lot of Project Zomboid with my girlfriend, it's been fun. You played Disco Elysium? Not really, I've played a little bit of it. It didn't grab me, but I want to give it another shot sometime. Because I know it's like... It's a wildly popular game. You played Hollow Knight / Silksong? Nope. I have watched a little bit of Pluribus. I watched a couple episodes. I had a good time. I didn't stop watching because I didn't like it. I just stopped watching it, you know? That's all. Just one of those things. And also, I have like 3 years anyway until Season 2 starts. Or maybe like 6 years, you know? Have you played The Last of Us 1 and 2? 1, yes. 2, no, because I stopped owning consoles. I think it's out on PC now, right? But I didn't care anymore at that point. But I played Last of Us 1 when it came out. On my PlayStation. Are you still reading Bleach? Yeah. It's alright. No strong feelings. Does it count as LARP if you use a game's OST in your videos but don't play the game? I don't think so. I do that all the time, dude. Have you played Silent Hill? Silent Hill 2 is/1 was my favorite game of all time. Silent Hill F is amazing, dude. Before the inevitable question comes, no, I have not really played Undertale. But someone gifted members for me to play it, so I will one day. I'll probably stream it too. And surely that won't be fucking annoying. Surely you guys won't piss me off. If you had to describe a piece of media as purely aura and hype moments, what would you pick? Sakamoto Days. Do you like Final Fantasy? Never was really a fan. I played some of like the really old Final Fantasies on my PlayStation. I don't remember if it was PS1 or PS2. But I might have just been a dumb kid, you know? Like a stupid 6-year-old. I have also tried to play Final Fantasy 14. World of Warcraft is too seeped into my genetic code. I cannot play that game. I really cannot play that game. The 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 global cooldown and everything in Final Fantasy drove me fucking insane, dude. You played Xenoblade? No, I haven't. You play any of the Persona series? Never, actually, never. Are you a Minecraft fan? I don't like Minecraft. I'm not gonna lie. I hate to say it. You play Soulsborne/Souls-like? I've played Elden Ring. I had a good time with Elden Ring. I also played Elden Ring entirely on mouse and keyboard, and apparently that's like a cardinal sin. I like Stanley Parable. Stanley Parable is really cool. It's a really cool game. God, I played Stanley Parable, I think... I don't think I'm making it up. I played Stanley Parable before it was like a thing you could buy, when it was a mod on, like, ModDB, probably. Jesus Christ. You're gonna make a video on Vinland? Yes. Yes, hopefully. I'm trying to outline the Vinland video. I'm a little bit lost, not gonna lie, and like what I want to say. But I'm trying. Do you like BioShock? Never really played it. For those that don't know, here's a little fun fact about me, okay? If a game requires me to play it on a controller, I'm probably not gonna play it. I have tried to play Dark Souls 1. How far did I get in Dark Souls 1? I don't remember. I killed Capra Demon. I know that. And the gargoyles? There's like the twin gargoyle fight, right, or whatever? But I had to play on a controller, and I could not fucking do it, dude. I could not fucking do it. I am not built for playing on controllers. What's the story behind your profile picture? I really wish I could tell you that there's like a grand story behind um my profile picture. I didn't think I was gonna be here like as a YouTuber or nothing, so I just made like a funny dog my profile picture in 2015. And here we are. That's like saying if cereal required you to eat with a spoon, you won't eat it. No, it's not. It's really not. So it's not your dog? It's not. I'm sorry. Have you played any of the Subnautica games? No, I haven't. When will you start playing good video games? I ask myself that every fucking day of my life, dude. I don't know. What even made you a YouTuber now that you mention it? I saw a gap in the market for My Hero Academia content. And I took advantage of it. I knew that there was a lack of MHA content. And so I forcibly inserted myself into the space. We see how that turned out. You ever play a Resident Evil game? I have. I've played Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7. You should watch some of Vinhard's Vinland Saga videos. I don't really watch anime YouTube like ever, man. Which might be crazy considering what I do. Did you enjoy MHA more than you enjoy ReZero? No. I think I mentioned this a couple streams ago. You know what? I'm sad. Didn't work out, man. I made those videos that were like me playing really old anime games. Like going through like an anime's catalog. And those didn't do well. That made me sad because I thought those were fun. Did you play Balltro? Yeah, I did. ReZero or Christmas? It's gotta be ReZero, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a big holiday guy. I need Dead by Daylight to add the ReZero chapter so I can make my move into the gaming space too. JJK or Hunter x Hunter? Hunter x Hunter, yeah. Because JJK is bad. Make a video on the ReZero gacha games? Well, they don't exist anymore. That's the hard part, is you can't play them anymore. Why is there just some random bullshit in your stream? Motherfucker, did I come into your house and ask you why there's some random bullshit in your room? This shit means something to me, pal. Put your damn flashlight away when people are over. I just want DBD to collab with ReZero so I can get more Satella content. Dude, the ReZero chapter is going to have lore. Like, it's going to have actual canon lore to ReZero, and the only way you can know about it is by looking at the killer description. Wasn't there a gacha game that added another Witch of Sin? It was Data Mind, I think, right? And it was supposed to be added, but the game never got to the new witch because it got canned. It got cancelled. Do you think there is value in a story intentionally pissing off the audience? I agree with the sentiment, but hate it when used to defend Arc 9. I do think it is, yeah, but I think there's like a level of intentionality. Like, if you ask me, do I think Tape meant to piss off any member of the audience with Arc 9? I would say probably no, right? What theory videos do you have planned? I have one coming out tomorrow. Would Satella be the strongest in-lore killer in DBD? It'd probably be Vecna, wouldn't it? The D&D Vecna, not the Stranger Things one. Vecna has got like a mark on his neck to like limit his power or whatever. What career would you go into other than content creation? Probably something to do with like astronomy. I don't know. Maybe I just work in TV like a cuck. Work in like a newsroom. What are some artists you listen to? My favorite band ever was Death Grips. God rest their soul. New album soon, surely. I listen to a lot of Otto. I like Nine Lana as well. Yo, Death Grips fan? Yeah, man. Piss off is probably wrong, but rather the Arc 9 defensive audience feeling the loss of the narrative. Sorry, word limits make me type inarticulate. It's basically just like... It's just saying that it's bad on purpose. Because, like, at some point you can defend anything, you know? At some point, there's nothing you can say that can convince someone. You can go down the well of eternity, okay? Someone can always pull something out their ass to defend what they like. Sometimes I do think things can be bad on purpose, but again, I think there's a level of intentionality behind that. Hot take, Year of the Snitch is my fave Death Grips album. No, I agree. I agree. I love Year of the Snitch. The Fear is a fantastic song. Before that, my favorite was probably On GP, which is kind of like the Buzz Lightyear meme, but On GP was fantastic as well. I personally like the Money Store more. I mean, that's probably a pretty popular one, yeah. Do you like JPEG Mafia? I like his music. JPEG Mafia, the guy, is kind of certainly strange. Certainly a character, huh? Like Earl Sweatshirt, never listened. I'm not much of a music head, unfortunately. As I'm sure has become apparent to many of you throughout my episode videos. From like every Spotify rap that they've ever done until last year's, Death Grips was my #1 most listened to artist. Last year it was Otto, though. Finally dethroned, I guess. Death Grips Fashion Week was also really good. Dude, I remember being there, boots on the ground, when people were waiting for Jenny Death. Fucking Fashion Week dropped and it just spelled Jenny Death win. That shit was awesome. You listen to Suicide Boys? I've never heard of that in my life, I'm not gonna lie to you. Who's the guy hanging in the corner? It's a guy who said the Kagurabachi was bad or something, and we executed him. Whoa! Sorry, Steam started auto-playing a video. Why is Steam auto-playing a video? I wanted to look up Silent Hill Townfall. This comes out September 23rd. It's auto-playing a video. Why? Why are you auto-playing a video on Steam with audio, man? Stop doing that. What's Jordan doing right now? I don't know. You want me to ask him? Someone in chat asked what you're doing right now. Smile. It does it when you open a page? I swear to God, it did not used to autoplay with audio. This is like a recent thing. What's your favorite movie this year? I haven't watched. I don't watch very many movies. It's probably just Obsession because I've only seen a few this year. Silent Hill Townfall, September 23rd. I need to wish shit. If it's Silent Hill, I'm gonna be there, unfortunately. Owen's not responding, guys. Oh, stop fucking responding, man. Who the hell is Jordan? Crazy, man. Kids these fucking days. You ever played Dredge? Nope. The Odyssey was overhyped as fuck. I don't know. I didn't see it, man. I need to stream on Twitch more, man. I say that all the time, but I don't do it. Unfortunately, streaming games on YouTube is not the play. On the, at least on this channel, anyway. You see the leaked Beyond the Spider-Verse trailer? No, because I've never seen any of the Spider-Verse movies. I know of it, though. I do know of it. Do you plan on streaming Townfall when it drops? I kind of want to, yeah. I'm not gonna buy the 2-day fucking early access bullshit, though, so... Spider-Man Brand New Day was peak cinema? I don't know, I haven't seen it. You think there were other Sin Archbishops in the past when Flugel was in the witch cult? Probable. Is Jordan excited to watch Rent-A-Girlfriend? I know he is, he just won't admit it. You gonna stream GTA 6? Can I bare my soul? I really don't give a shit about GTA 6, man. I'm really not interested. Part of that might be because it's gonna be console exclusive at first, and I don't have a console, so I'm just not gonna play it anyway. But I also just like, I've been seeing the leaked videos that come out, and I'm like, yep, that's Grand Theft Auto. And you know what seeing GTA 6 leaks made me want to do? It made me want to go back and play GTA San Andreas, dude. That's what it made me want to do. Yeah, that's a fun game. If you ever played Simpsons Hit and Run, I think I had it when I was a kid. I don't remember though. I'm pretty sure I had this shit on my PlayStation, bro. Wait 5 more years, then GTA 6 will be good since they'll have all the problems fixed. Yeah, sounds like modern game development, unfortunately. I realized I've been typing nonsense, so I was on a 5-minute delay. I have no idea who you are, but I fuck with you heavy. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I used to play GTA San Andreas on my iPad mini when I was 14. What the fuck? Your iPad mini? I don't even know what to say to that. I played GTA on my computer. That's pretty cool. You play Cyberpunk? No, I haven't. You ever play Shrek, Smash, and Crash Racing? I don't think so. You know what I played though? I played. I don't know why this made me think of it. What was it called? Rampage Total Destruction for the GameCube, dude. I think it was on PlayStation too, but I had it on GameCube. Holy. I played the fuck out of Rampage. My parents were divorced, so I'd go over to my dad's house, and I didn't want to do anything else, so I just sat there and I played Rampage on the GameCube. I also played Resident Evil 1 on the GameCube. Isn't it kind of crazy that Resident Evil 1 was on a GameCube? It was the remake, though. Isn't it kind of crazy they remade a game in 2002? Have you watched Edge Runners? Yeah. Will I watch Edge Runners 2? It's likely? We'll see if I actually get around to it, though. Does any MHA arc come close to a ReZero or Vinland arc? Arc 9, maybe. Resident Evil was on a GameCube? The Resident Evil 1 remake that came out in 2002 was on the GameCube. Will you watch ReZero Season 4? Fuck no, dude. That shit sucks. Nothing else to watch the rest of the year. Oh, I should have been a variety gaming YouTuber, bro. How did I get here? I look to my left and I see that cat smoking cigarettes. I look to my right and I see Mushoku Tensei and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? How do you feel about this statement, Shala is the best character in ReZero? I know you're just rage baiting, but I must say, anyone who posts about not having Subaru top 1 on their character list for ReZero, performative. Just performative. Just trying to be different. Do you like Mushoku? Not at all. Might be like my least favorite thing that I've ever watched in my entire life. I don't know if it actually is, but it's down there for sure. I don't understand the Mushoku fandom having beef with ReZero. It's just like, I mean, the ReZero fans do it too. It's just they just want to fight, is pretty much all. I know it's probably hell for you online, but I will never not be appreciative for the voice of reason you were for the Season 3 criticism. Felt like being gaslit before the Season 4 uptick in adaptation. Oh, brother. People are still mad about it, by the way. To this day, they're still mad about it. And it's like, I feel like my coverage of Season 4 has shown that I'm not just here to hate the anime, because I've been enjoying it, but people are still mad about my thoughts on Season 3. I saw a post the other day, it was by Dan Screen Takes, because he was like beefing with some guy, I don't know, because some guy was mad at Dan because he doesn't like Shala, which is like the most normal opinion in the world, by the way. And he like pulled up all the receipts on this guy who was mad at him, including like calling me a slur, which is just another data. It just doesn't really bother me that much, you know, what are you gonna do? And someone in the replies was like, well, to be fair, Asa wasn't just mildly criticizing season 3. He was acting like it killed his whole family. I was like, alright, man. Sure. To be fair, the speech did kill my whole family, so I feel like I have, you know, some stand your ground laws should be active here, but I digress. I do miss when you were a hater. Dude, the Hunter x Hunter video was like last month. That shit just happened. They just beat me to I just got out of the hospital, man. Family somehow returning to die again in 3 weeks. I just rebuilt my family, bro. I just rebuilt. You're so positive nowadays. Acid isn't healthy. It's probably because of the Vyvanse. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's probably because of the Vyvanse. Have you read Chainsaw Man? Yeah, I have. The response to the Hunter x Hunter video was wild. Tell me about it, buddy. Tell me about it. The most disappointed yeah I've ever heard. I'm sorry. Chainsaw Man. Well, I was scared the Vyvanse was gonna make you dislike ReZero, so since it didn't, I'm finally gonna get medicated. That would have been so fucking funny if I started taking Vyvanse and I was like, you know what? This whole ReZero thing's not actually that good. People felt like personally attacked by you saying you didn't enjoy Hunter x Hunter. I did enjoy Hunter x Hunter. I gave it a 7. Do you think there's enough ReZero hate content? I don't know, man. I don't watch anime content. I don't know what's going on out there. I make my silly little videos, and that's about all I know. Whatever else is going on, I couldn't tell you. Every now and again, I'll hear something down the grapevine, you know. See like a thumbnail, people will be like, "This video sucks," and I'm like, "Okay, what the fuck you want me to do about it?" I don't know. Does your Discord have an art channel? It has a fan creations channel where people can post their art. What are you doing when you hit 1 million subs inevitably? Whoa. Slow down, Tiger. Probably buying a house. Are we talking about Arc 10 or what? I mean, people stopped at talking about it. You know, what do you want me to do? They got nothing to say, man. Nothing to say. Do you think you'd enjoy Secession War adaptation anymore in anime form? I feel like that adaptation could be really bad. I feel like that'd be a really easy one to fuck up, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it requires a lot of creative adaptation. But I did hear Hunter x Hunter anime is pretty good and creative, so maybe. 1 million subs, end of 2026 guaranteed. We're lucky if we're hitting 40,000 by the end of 2026, bud. Quote me on that shit. If we have 40,000 by the end of 2026, I'd be surprised. I got an answer, by the way. Jordan was watching Bleach. That's what he was doing. I came an hour ago and heard nothing about Arc 10, so I started spamming nonsense. Dude, I was cooking with Heinkel and Flore, and everyone was just like, what do you think about the if? Or something. I just made it up. If you had the choice to experience any Subaru death, which one would it be? Probably none, if I had the choice. Probably be like, I'm good. Thanks, so. Appreciate it. You know the Echidna reveal? I do, yeah. I got spoiled on that one. I got derailed by Al talk. He's just too sexy, man. What am I supposed to do? Not talk about him? I would choose any of the Elsa deaths. You gotta stand up, dude. Didn't you just watch the fucking episode? Stride Valakia or Aldebaran? In terms of what? Like, character? It's Aldebaran. In terms of aura? It's Aldebaran. Like, in terms of being sexy, it's Aldebaran. Like, we can keep going down the list if you'd like. I do like Stride, though. He's cool. In terms of everything, Aldebaran? Yeah, yeah. Do you think Arc 9 changed how you feel about Aldebaran whatsoever? Honestly, no. I don't really think it has. I know some people disagree with that, and they think... Some people in my Discord is like, I think Aldebaran is worse now after Arc 9. I don't think he is, I don't know. Back to the point, it's pretty clear that Crush and Felix's relationship will never be the same even if they mend their bond. Yeah, I don't really know what the plan is there. I do think there's definitely like a worry in the back of my mind that eventually we'll just return to status quo, you know? Like, everything is hunky-dory. Life finds a way, and so on and so forth. I like Al, but why do you love him so much? Actually wondering. It's hard to condense because I've been talking about him for so many years. So like it's hard for me to like list off why I like him so much because I've been talking, dude. I've been talking about Aldebaran for so fucking long. It's actually crazy. I'm scrolling back in my videos. Hang on. I should clarify, when I say that people think that Aldebaran got worse, they specifically are talking about the Great Reset when they say that. I don't think he did personally, but I do see where they're coming from, I guess. I've liked Aldebaran since Arc 5. When I read Arc 5, 4 fucking years ago now. Which is crazy. I think I had Al in my top 10 like 4 years ago. And then the further I got, the higher he got. You didn't like him since Arc 3? That's because I watched the anime when I first got into ReZero. So he didn't exist. Great Reset doesn't really affect Al's arc compared to every other characters in Arc 9. I agree. Because Al didn't, like, progress in Arc 9. he had development, and you can't really undo development because development is just like things that happened to him in the past. I'm scrolling through. My first Aldebaran video was 2 years ago. Like, dedicated Aldebaran video was 2 years ago. 2.5 years ago. That video's almost at 100,000 views. What the fuck? And now I'm Aldebaran. I'm one of Aldebaran's strongest soldiers. Me and Garkar standing side by side. God rest his soul. Fly high, brother. I remember people did not like you thinking Al wasn't Subaru. They didn't. They were very, very upset. Very, very mad. And, coincidentally, they had nothing to say when he wasn't Subaru. There was no running it back to the comments being like, yo, my fault, I was out of pocket. Or like, sorry, man. I was really convinced of something, and I couldn't be swayed anyway. Just, radio silence, I guess. It's fine. Because I know deep down what happened. In my heart of hearts. Okay, but since when do YouTube commenters apologize? Be so for real? I specifically, like, recognized names in the ReZero community who were freaking the fuck out. And then have nothing to say. Nothing to say. Is Flugel Subaru, though? No, I don't think so. But, that one I'm less sure on. With Al doesn't equal Subaru. Till the day that I felt like I had won, I was like 100% sure that Al was not Subaru. Subaru not being Flugel, I firmly believe. Not as confident, though. Anyway. Another example of others who think ReZero is so deep that everything is a red herring to them. I know people in some Discords who push so hard that Al isn't Subaru whatsoever. Looking at Asurai at the Discord and people like Shadow and bunch of Discords used adult Subaru and Al's appearance in Season 1 on a draft drawing like some kind of proof and call everything a red herring despite their so too much going against them because story can't be that simple. Just to be proven wrong entirely when we now know Al has Subaru's fucking body, proven in confirmed illustration of the LN that Al has Subaru's body. Something to think about. Something to think about. Remember the amount of people that thought Al was Kenichi? I'm pretty sure I got a comment saying that, like 2 days ago, so yeah. But yeah, Subaru doesn't equal Flugel. I'm not as confident in. I do believe it, but like, all I can tell you is that the wind can change fast. The wind can change really fast. It's so funny that I got a stray in that one Reddit comment. Yeah, I really don't know why, but you know. I do think my Flugel video coming out tomorrow is probably like the best argument I can make. Probably. Um I don't think anyone has made a Flugel theory that's good. And I'm not gonna say that this one's good. Maybe you'll see it and you're like, well, this is kind of lame. Um, but I think it's the best. I think it is the best Flugel theory out there, which could mean that it's just mid. But you know, the bar is pretty low. Flugel vid was gas, bro. I'm glad people are. Comments are very positive. Makes me happy. It's awesome to see people be like, holy shit, this is awesome. What if ReZero became ass like MHA? What do you mean, what if? If you got a comment on the Flugel video, this is the first and only theory about Flugel that actually fits my understanding of the narrative, themes, and characters. It feels right in a way that Super Eagles Flugel never did, even though I resigned myself to believing that it must be true after the Scorpion Tail EX. I'm glad and relieved you were able to put those pieces together in a way I definitely could not. We're saving the community with this one, boys. When did Garkar leave WCT? A couple weeks ago now, right? I think so. Just wanted to double check, but after the Sacrament, Krush did regain her memories, right? That's what it seems like. Something of that nature. What do you think about the theory that when Subaru dies, time speeds up and the world ends, then resets in a cycle? It's definitely something to think about, because I mean, it was stated in Arc 1 that it would be easier to destroy the world and it'd be easier to destroy the world and remake it than to rewind time. So, something's going on, that's for sure. I'm hyped for any theory video you make. I've especially watched the Owl Theories vids multiple times. I obviously wasn't like completely right in all the Owl videos, but I was hitting pretty good numbers, man, in terms of like percentage correct. Can't be mad. Really can't be mad. Did you mention your thoughts on the Echidna thing yet? I don't really think I have any. I'm just kind of like, okay, well, I guess we'll see where that goes. Dude, one of these days, when I'm right about the moon theory, man, it's gonna be crazy. Gonna be crazy. Flugel waited on the moon so long for Subaru to come, he's just fucking dead up there. Have you had a chance to read the Charlotte story revealing the backstory of the Gluttony triplets? I mean, I haven't read it because like very few people have, but I know about it. I know what happens in it. What's my updated moon theory? I mean, it's just what I made the video on, in June. Just kind of a bunch of crazy bullshit, right? The moon theory video was so good, bro. I'm glad people liked it. It's very silly. Isn't Satella's gender bent named Luna, though? You didn't cover that in the video? I didn't think I had to. Do you have any theories about what Al in Arc 8 about his taboo? I don't know what to make of that line. Because it doesn't seem like he has one. So I don't know. It's interesting. It might have just been a way for Al to get Ceciles to back off. I don't know. I don't know. Jordan would argue that the side story truly proves that Charlotte is an Israeli sniper because she shot a pregnant woman in the belly. That's true. That is true. If there's one thing he should know about it, it's that, surely. Oh man, okay. I think I'm about done for now unless we have anything cool to talk about. You guys can always come over to Twitch too. Maybe I'll stream on Twitch one day. That'd be fun. If I ever fucking get around to it, huh?
Are you son?
Thanks everyone for coming out though. Make sure you subscribe for more streams, more videos. Smile. Flugal video tomorrow. Will you tell Jordan about Scorpion Tales? I'm still undecided on that, and if I do tell him about stuff in it, it's probably going to be at the end of the season. You can also follow on Twitch. Maybe something will happen there between now and the next 6 months. You can join the Discord. We talk about stuff. You just gotta be normal is like the main precondition. What time tomorrow does Flugel video come out? It's supposed to be at like 12 p.m. Pacific Standard, but sometimes I also just change it depending on like what I'm doing. Like if I want the video to come out earlier, I'll just schedule it earlier. But thanks everyone for coming out. Appreciate it. Novel stream finally checked off.